All right, what's going on, everybody? We have a special guest for today's video. This is nick.pray. He is a lender that we work pretty closely with here at the Dahlia Group. We're just going to be running through a couple of basic questions for first-time home buyers, people that are not as familiar with the home buying process. So if you're ready, Nick, we're just going to jump right into it.
Sounds good to me, Kyle. Do it.
All right. So someone that comes to me and says, hey Kyle, I want to buy a home, the first thing that I would do is refer them to you to get a pre-approval.
Yep.
So what are some of the things that you guys will discuss? What are some things that these people need to have in order when they're getting a pre-approval?
So we're going to talk about a few key points, mainly being income, job, history, how long you've been on that job, your credit scores, what your credit looks like, and then of course the amount of money that you have in order to purchase a home. Those are going to be the biggest 3 points. And then of course we'll go through a couple other pieces as well, like a roundabout credit score, other loan options that we could explore based around what we discuss, and then talking about just getting through the pre-approval process as well, filling out a web application form for us so that way we can get all that information directly from them, get it all moving right along quickly, and then kind of take it from there.
Nice. Okay. Is there like a minimum credit score that someone needs in order to get pre-approved?
So ideally, we're going to tell you we're going to want to be over at least a 620.
620.
Right. We can go down to about a 580, but anything over a 620 is going to get us opened up to pretty much every lending option that we have.
Okay. And when someone's getting pre-approved, when you go to run their credit, will that take any sort of hit on their credit, or what does that look like?
So that is a very involved question, right? Credit is an interesting topic. There's 52 different scoring models. The mortgage world only uses 3 specifically. So on what we call the consumer side, yes, you're gonna see a small decrease in, what Credit Karma or like your credit card is giving to you as a credit score.
Okay.
On our side of things, when you're looking at your credit scores from those, I always try to tell people that there's gonna be a buffer, right? 20 to 30 points one way or the other from what you're looking at on Credit Karma versus what we're going to see on the mortgage side. And that's just more like a preface to, pulling credit. Right now, with the way that credit is and the recent changes that have happened, you can pull your credit report up to 5 times before it takes any effect on your credit score for mortgage purposes.
Okay.
So
yeah, it won't affect someone if they want to shop around to different lenders. Okay.
Correct.
That's good to know. So the next question is involving interest rates.
Yeah.
As most people know, interest rates have been at historic lows for the past year or so with all this COVID going on and all that stuff. What are they currently at, and is there any sort of like projections for the rest of this year where they're supposed to go?
Yes. So, interest rates are very profile based. By profile, I mean your credit score, debt to income ratios as well. So the amount of money that you're going to be paying out each month versus the amount of money that you currently make. Those are kind of the 2 biggest pieces to getting an interest rate. The biggest thing right now is where are they and where are they headed? At the moment, interest rates are floating right around 4.49 or 4.5%. So somewhere in that range, usually 1/8 to 1/4 above or below that number, depending on just your credit profile. For the rest of the year, the federal government, the Federal Reserve, has come out and said that they're going to do at least 6 more interest rate hikes this year. So we're going to see interest rates steadily increase as we continue out through the rest of 2022.
Okay.
As far as predictions go, with us already being at 4.5, we were fully expecting to be probably in this range over the summertime, quite honestly. So at this point, I don't want to speculate too much on that because it's just we have no idea,
Yeah.
right? Interest rates are changing every day, and we just have to work with what we get.
So you're saying now is a good time to buy?
So yeah, now is a great time to buy. It's a very good time to buy.
Nice.
So.
All right. So the next question that we have is revolving around the type of loans that you guys cover.
Yeah.
So are there any type of loans or programs that you guys have specifically geared towards first-time home buyers or anything like that?
Yeah, absolutely. So there's a few different programs out there that are geared specifically towards first-time home buyers. Those being from Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac, who are the governing bodies of mortgage. Right, they allow us to do a 3% down conventional financing loan. You have to be a first-time home buyer in order to get some of those. There's a few other requirements with that as well as far as income and credit scores go. But yeah, that's kind of like a really good low down payment option for you. And then of course, another big one would be PHFA's program, right? That KFIT, Keystone Forgiven in 10 years. So they will give you 5% of the sales price of your house to go towards closing costs on it. So like that's a huge number, right? On something, you know, if you use just a easy figure at $200,000, 5% of that's 10 grand.
Yeah.
That covers like 75% of your costs of buying a house.
Yeah.
So now all of a sudden, instead of having to bring $18,000 to the closing table, you have to bring 8.5.
Is there any kind of income requirements or anything for that KFIT one?
Yeah, so there's a credit score requirement. You need to be over a 660 credit score. Income requirements for Lancaster County is about $73,000 a year. Now, PHFA did just release a new program as well. They're calling it K-Flex. It's the exact same thing, but they allow you to go up to $133,000 a year in income.
And that's household income.
And that's actually just qualifying income.
Wow.
Just whoever is on the mortgage application is who they use to qualify people for that loan program. So really great way to, you know, help somebody that is switching jobs essentially, or just got a raise and was under that gap and is now over, but it only just kind of recently happened. But they can afford to buy something, you know, and use the program to help them out with that.
Okay,
so
nice. One of the questions that real estate agents, and I'm sure you guys get asked a lot, is like what someone can expect for like a time frame. Like is there any sort of like typical turnaround time on like how long it takes for like a conventional loan, or like the KFIT thing that you're talking about? Is there any certain time, like as soon when someone goes under contract on a home, like when they can expect to have everything sorted out?
Yeah, so again, all kind of profile based there too, right? Everything's going to come back to actually getting your application in, making sure that, you know, we can get as much documentation up front as we possibly can. Conventional loan wise, conventional FHA, and probably honestly VA loans, we're doing between 20 and like 30-day closings right now. So from the time you go under contract to the day that you're walking away with the keys to the house. PHFA is a little bit different because it has to go through a few different processes to get that, right? So we're typically asking for between 35 and 45 days to get those done. So it's still really fast. Yeah. It's just a matter of sending it off to PHFA to do their thing with your file.
Yeah, nice. I mean, that's really all the questions that I had prepared. I don't know if you have anything else that you wanted to add. What do you think?
I don't think so. I mean, you covered pretty much everything. Sounds like it's just a matter of time before we get some people on board and folks into homes.
Nice. All right. Well, I mean, thank you everyone for watching. This was just a pretty generic video. If you have any further questions for me or Nick, all of our information will be linked in the description of this video. You can reach out to either of us. We'd love to help you out. But appreciate everybody watching, and I'll see you in the next video.
See you guys.